I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog stampwithelaine.com. Today's project is using the paper piecing technique on this card. A paper piecing technique entails stamping on DSP and then fussy cutting it and adhering it to another stamped image. In this sample, I've paper pieced the umbrella. The stamp set I'm using is called Beach Happy. It's a photopolymer stamp set. In order to partially stamp on the stitched circle as well as the matte layer of the card, I need my stamparatus. The stamparatus is Stampin Up's own stamp positioning tool. It comes with two plates, a foam mat for stamping photopolymer stamps, but I've added an extra shim, which is just ordinary foam that you can get from your local craft store. I can stamp near the hinges without mishap. Stampin Up does advise you to stamp sort of away from the hinge because of the height of the hinge. I've overcome that problem by using an extra play foam. I don't know what you call it, but anyway, it's thinner than the Stampin Up one, as you can see, and it just gives you that extra shim. The stamparatus comes with two plates and it sort of slots into these hinges here. You can only put it into the center one at a time, so as not to damage the plates. When you store it, you have to remove it and store it separately. You can purchase extra plates for it, which is what I've done, because once I've put the stamps on, I don't want to take it off so that I can stamp more cards with it. That's the beauty of the stamparatus. I've cut a piece of A4 cardstock in half in Coastal Cabana. This measures 8 1/4 inches by 5 7/8 inches. In metric, that's 21 centimeters by 14.85, and it's been folded in half. I also have a Coastal Cabana layer to go on top here, and a Whisper White one for the inside of the card, and both these have been cut at 5 1/2 by 3 3/4, and in metric that converts to 14 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters. We're going to be using the stitched shapes framelits. I'll need the largest of the circle one, and I've pre-die cut one here. Tuxedo Black Memento ink, Coastal Cabana, Crumb Cake, and the retiring colours Tranquil Tide and Lemon Lime Twist. These will retire at the end of May. You'll also need your Big Shot and the Seaside Textured Impressions embossing folder, Sponge Daubers, Glimmer Enamel Dots, and the Brights DSP. These are 6x6 sheets. There's 40 in a pack, 2 each of 2 double-sided designs, and the one I want is Coastal Cabana. Now I'm going to stamp my palm tree first. The trunk of the tree is in Crumb Cake. Switch my plate, insert it vertically into the hinges, but before I do that I'm going to ink up my palm tree. I'll ink it up in Lemon Lime Twist first. Then I'll take my Sponge Dauber and pick up some Tranquil Tide ink, and then just dab a little bit on the palm tree. Insert it in the hinge at right angles and stamp. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of my circle so that it doesn't move. I'm just going to dab my hand on it and on my clothes so that it doesn't stick too much. Oh, I've smudged it. So let's put that smudge bit up there so that it will partially stamp on the palm tree, and I don't want to stamp the palm tree again. Just insert it there. Now the reason I've done that is because I don't want the palm tree underneath any darker than it already is. Then I'm going to ink this up again. Ink it up in Lemon Lime Twist. Use the sponge dauber to pick up some Tranquil Tide and just daub a little bit. Now I'm going to switch plates and stamp the beach chair and umbrella. Set it in the hinge at right angles and stamp. Turn the plate around so that you've got your other stamping surface, and ink it up in Coastal Cabana for the stripes on the deck chair and stamp. Switch back to the beach chair and umbrella, and I'm only going to ink up the bit with the umbrella and stamp. And before I do any fussy cutting, I better stamp the sentiment on the card front. Then I'm going to fussy cut the umbrella. I'll just cut off the piece I need. I'm going to cut on the bottom here, just on the black line, just outside the black line. Then you can go back inside and cut the little flaps. Like so, and then you can go back and cut the rest. Angle your scissors at 45-degree angle and move your paper, not your scissors. Now I'm going to remove that because I want to emboss it and glue this to the umbrella. Set that aside. With the logo up, you will get this embossed effect, but if you want it flat, then you can do it the other way. So turn your cardstock round. This is just an ordinary textured embossing folder, so I will need both plates and the Big Shot basic platform, and then I'll go and run that through the Big Shot. So can you see the difference? One is debossed and the other one is embossed. I'm going to put a bit of glue on the back here and marry that up with the palm tree. Grab one of these enamel dots and pop it here. Just a bit more stamping freehand. Use this one to fill in the basket. Sponge dauber on the edges of the card. Now we mustn't forget the inside of the card. So I'm back with the palm tree one. Plum cake for the trunk. Clean my stamp, switch plate round, ink it up in Lemon Lime Twist, sponge dauber, Tranquil Tide, insert plate perpendicularly into the hinge and stamp. Now my favourite bit, assemble the card. All done. Which do you prefer, the debossed one or the embossed one? I like them both actually. I hope you've enjoyed today's technique. Links to my online store is below this video. Hop back for more inspiration another time. Thanks for watching. Bye.